Fraud continues to take a major financial toll on Canadians, with hundreds of millions of dollars lost to scams last year alone. And with March marking Fraud Prevention Month, experts are reminding people that awareness is one of the most powerful tools in stopping scammers. Criminals are becoming increasingly sophisticated, using everything from fake investment opportunities to online relationships to gain victims' trusts and steal money. Experts say anyone can be targeted, and the tactics are constantly evolving. I'm now joined by Elizabeth Numovsky, the Vice President of Marketing at Caldwell Securities Limited, to discuss the most costly scams affecting Canadians right now. Elizabeth, thank you so much for the time.
Hello, Teresa. So good to see you again.
You as well. Now, Canadians lost $704 million to fraud in 2025, which is just a crazy number. What are the top frauds reported with the highest financial impacts to Canadians?
So there's three of them. The top three are number one, investment scams, romance scams, and job fraud scams as well. The key too is so far through the years, everyone's been focusing on seniors and immigrants, but the number one people who are being scammed right now are the young people.
Now, I want to talk about investment scams. What should we look for when it comes to that type of a scam?
So, number one, if they are promising you high returns. So, it's illegal for anyone who's a financial planner, investment advisor,
Mhm.
anyone who works in the industry to promise any returns. We can't do that. So, that's number one. Number two is if you're feeling pressured because of time, you need to invest now. It's really important that you invest today, right now. That's also a no no. The other thing too is if somebody says to you, I've got this amazing insider tip. Well, that's also illegal as well. So those are the three red flags that you have to look out for. And if you are going to invest, investment advisors, financial planners, anyone who works in the industry is registered under our regulators. So go to the website. It's the Canadian Investment Regulatory Organization, or CIRO. Go to the website, type in the company, type in the investment advisor, financial planner, whoever it is, and you'll see how long they've been registered and whether they actually are registered in Canada.
And what about romance scams? What are things that people should be looking out for in regards to that?
So as you know, I also host a show called Empowered on the
Mhm.
News Forum. And I just interviewed a woman called Linda Young. And Linda Young was scammed $150,000. And she and her sister wanted to prevent future scammers or future people from being scammed. So they wrote this book called Her King, the Con.
Mhm.
And so one of the key things was she was very new to online dating. She was going through a divorce and she thought that she should be super, super honest with her profile. So, what she did was she was telling people that she was just going through a divorce. She talked about her two children. She talked about where she worked. So, basically, she gave a scammer, fraudster, a complete profile of who she was and what she was all about.
Mhm. And what would you say to someone who thinks that this could never happen to me? Because there are a lot of people on social media that tend to put these victims down and are like, how would they fall for this? How could they believe that this is the case? But what would you say to people that are like, no, I wouldn't do that?
Well, the key is, I mean, there are so many haters out there on social media that will comment and say, how could you be, how could you let yourself be scammed? I would never be able to be scammed. Bottom line is, anybody and everyone can be scammed.
Mhm.
It has nothing to do with how smart you are, it has nothing to do with your status. It has a lot to do with whether you're distracted. Because if you're distracted and multitasking so many different things, you can become a victim of fraud. The other thing too is if you're in a depression or you're not feeling well or whatever, that's another distraction for you. So anybody can become a victim. I always tell everyone, if someone calls you and says that they're your child, your spouse, your friend, they've been arrested, they're in an accident, they're in the hospital, they're in jail, whatever you do, hang up the phone and actually call them on their proper phone number to make sure that they're okay and you're not going to be scammed.
Now, as we've talked about, people do fall for it, unfortunately. But what should people do if they do become a victim of scam?
So, number one, if you feel afraid for your life or you feel that someone's coming to your house, call 911
Mhm.
first. Number two, call your local police department. If you have forwarded any money to anyone, contact your financial institution as well. And then contact the Canadian Anti Fraud Center, and it's Canadian Anti Fraud Center, CENTRE, and put in a claim there as well.
And is there anything special that we are supposed to look out for regarding scams now?
So the key is with AI, there are so many more scam attempts. I mean, I can tell you with my own personal email, every morning I log in, there are about 12 to 20 new scam attempts. I don't know what's happening, but they just keep popping up. A lot of times they are overdue bill balances, utility shut off, offers for government assistance. You've just won a prize. So it's things that will make you jump and say, "Oh, this will be very helpful to me." The other thing too is with AI, fraud is tracking what's happening in the news. So whatever's happening in the news and is fear mongering people,
Mhm.
this is what the new scams are. Where there is a news cycle that's creating phishing, impersonation, investment scams that actually make it feel legitimate. The problem is the red flags that we had before are no longer exist. Remember in the olden days, we would look at typos and formatting. Well, with AI, all these phishing attempts look perfect. So the traditional red flags are no longer there. And Canadians now feel less clear in their everyday digital interactions.
And would you mind breaking down what a recovery room scam is?
Yeah, this is really, really important because what happens is if you've been scammed once, they will attempt to scam you for the second time.
Mhm.
And they know that you're embarrassed, you feel badly, you don't know where to turn to. So they may contact you and say, "We know that you've been scammed. We can recover it back for you for a fee." Apparently, 65% of Canadians who've been scammed have been scammed more than once.
Wow.
So this is the key. There is no such thing as a recovery room. If you've been scammed, you've been scammed. You will probably never get that money back again. Um, the thing is, it's feelings, right? It's anger, it's embarrassment. And you basically, if you've given them a large amount of money, it's probably the only amount of money that you had, and you want to get it back and you're desperate. So do not ever go to a recovery room. Do not, if somebody contacts you and says, "I can absolutely get you your money back, but you need to pay a fee," don't pay the fee because you'll never get that fee back as well. Once the fee is paid, the scammer will disappear and they will probably also sell your information to another scammer. And what I wanted to say before I went, when you're looking at romance scams, everybody wants to be loved. And
Mhm.
when you're told that you're loved so many times over and over and over again, it's a dopamine hit. But you need to understand that the scammer that you think is your lover or somebody that you're in love with is actually probably about 12 people, maybe even more, because this is their job. It's their job to scam you, and it's your job to protect yourself.
Well, Elizabeth, thank you so much for the time. As always, we appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Teresa. Have a great day.
You as well.